Okay, the last one we have here is the Minolta Hymatic 7 S2, kind of a funny name. The great things about these cameras is if you look in thrift stores, oftentimes you will find working ones in great conditions. It'll be like $5, right? Just great little cameras for $5. This one has a 40 millimeter lens like the Canon. It's the smallest. It honestly feels the cheapest. Again, you can see that, like the Canon, it has a meter right here, like a center weighted meter, just a little photo diode or something that reads light. It's a little rangefinder window right here, and the finder itself. The finder itself is pretty dinky and small. It's not the greatest one. There, you can see the patch in there. It's pretty small, hard to use. Not as good as the Canon or the other one, and really simple. Um, a really simple shutter. The focus throw is even shorter on this. It's the shortest of them all. And you can set shutter speed here, and aperture. It's kind of tough. There's a little tiny tab on the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here, and you just push it like that, and that's how you set aperture. I believe it has an it has an automatic mode. So auto, it will choose shutter speed and aperture for you. And like all the other cameras, it won't tell you what shutter speed or aperture it's going to choose. You just kind of have to trust it. It's great because in some sense these little cameras are like points and shoots because you pretty much point them and shoot them, and they can select aperture speed for you. But you also have manual control, which is nice if you want to override the meter, or you are trying to go for a long exposure or something like that. So, three great little film cameras that oftentimes you can find in thrift stores. Take great pictures. They give you some kind of manual control, so of course you can learn. They're all about normal perspectives, so I believe your eye is somewhere between 35 and 50 millimeters, and I actually think it's closer to 40 than it is to 50. So definitely gives you some options, and very great way to learn photography, I think, is to shoot one lens and one film and just work with inside of the box. All these cameras have limitations, versus modern digital cameras which can do everything, but I actually think that's a good thing. So if you want a fun camera to put in a pocket and take pictures and learn about hyperfocal focusing and just have a film camera that you're not worried about, these are three great options. And if you're like me and you'd like an X100 but you think it's too expensive and you can't afford it, then pick up one of these cheap little buggers and have the ancestor, if you will, to the X100. Hope that's helpful. If you're interested in any of these cameras, I can give more details on any of them in the future. But if I was going to rank them, I'd go Olympus, Canon, Minolta. If you're looking for a really cheap one, get the Minolta. It's fun, easy, least amount of control. Canon, a little bit bigger in between the size of all three. Viewfinder is okay, but for brightness of viewfinder and from what I've heard, this lens is great. I've shot it before, and the lens is pretty fantastic, wide open, stop down, whatever. But I think the spot meter is a real advantage. Many people will find the EV metering system kind of funny, the way it reads out, but it actually makes logical sense. You just find the EV, and of course, let's say it tells you EV11, and that's like 2.8 at 1/60th. Once the meter and the lens is coupled, you can stop down to, let's say, 30 in 2.0 or 60 in 1.7 or something like that. So once the lens is coupled, you have all the different options with the EV. It's a pretty nice system. So like I said, here's three great cameras, and look for them in thrift stores because eBay's one option, but we found all these in thrift stores. Thanks.